There we go. I'm sorry I forgot you guys on Instagram this morning. That was a big mistake on my part. I set it up and then I forgot to start the go button. I'm still learning how to do all this stuff. How to chew gum and walk at the same time. It's a challenge for me. Let me bring this up a little so you don't have to look at the shade. All right, guys, on Instagram, you guys are like you're hardcore stormtroopers, man. You put up with everything, and we just got off live with Shira Adler, and thanks, Mendel. I wish Mendel could. Oh, what am I doing? Oh my gosh, what did I do? Um, there we go. Okay, back. My son just sent me a message that he missed me too. I said I missed him, and he sent me back. He misses me also. Um, yeah, he's like so level-headed. My son. I mean, I don't know how it happened, but he's like, I really could ask him for I could ask him for fatherly advice. It's like, what do I do, man? I'm stuck here. I don't know what I'm doing. Um, you can't. You can't get the using a cane done. I just can't do it. That's okay, Ellie. I can't using a cane done. I'm not sure what you mean, Tanya. Yeah, Gila gave me this shirt. I'm a mush when it comes to Gila. Yeah, he's a great son. But it's just amazing how God operates, man. I mean, like, I'm not even talking about my wife, but I'm not the most competent person in a lot of ways. I mean, I don't really operate in this dimension that often. So he was raised by me. I mean, it was good. It's just amazing. He turned out so beautifully, and everything is good. I'm also learning to look into the camera. I'm figuring out every day. I figure out something else. It's definitely a process in happening. Hey guys, in Instagram, and we were doing this. You love your son too, Laura Smith, yeah. Um, XLM at the $1 mark. It is, yeah. Or is that real news, or I'll check it right now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, Kabbalah, and let's just look at the Crown Trader, XLM, Stiller. Wow, unbelievable. Unbelievable. It is at $1. Whoa. I think I've just become rich. Um, yeah, that's amazing. Wow. And I was worried, I'm always worried about the bills and all that. Not really that worried, but good news. Thanks. Up and down, I think. Yeah. But things are definitely happening right now. The truth is coming about the energy companies. This is our year. I'm watching from the trees of Tennessee. Yeah, man, I love Tennessee. Something about you got to get back to Tennessee, Jed. I don't want to get a copyright strike, but that's been my song for a long time. Yeah, XLM is around 10 cents. Oh, is it 10 cents or a dollar? I thought it was a dollar, but maybe it was 10 cents. It could be 10 cents. Okay, I'm sorry. XLM at 10 cents. I might have been looking at the wrong thing. Let me just check back. I was in my excitement. If it was a dollar, yeah. No, you're right. Elizabeth's right. It's at 10 cents. Wishful looking, right? I was wishing it was a dollar, man. Um, Looking younger, yeah. Well, that's the ASEA, man. This stuff rocks. This is like med bed in a bottle. You know. I mean, I don't have the tube. I periodically move the tube around, but 10 cents. Yeah, 10 cents. Cooksville, Tennessee. Cooksville. I was in near Clarksville for a while. Hammocks are the best, so relaxing. Yeah. My son actually has a hammock when we go into the woods. He brings a hammock with him. I bring a tent and he has a hammock. All right. So anyway, um, I just want you to know that I just listened to X-22 report, which I haven't. I used to listen to it all the time, and it really got me through many years of working in the Department of Education. I was saying I have no coordination using a walking cane. Right. You'll get it. You'll get it. I mean, I also it's very hard. I remember when I was on crutches, man, after my car accident. It's so hard to like do anything because you can't carry stuff. It's really hard. No coordination with a walking cane. Yeah. Your wife has the same T-shirt. I guess I should wear more. I just wear these like black shirts. I don't know what it is about that. It doesn't. I cannot do it. You'll get it, Tanya. Where did she get the T-shirt? I think we went to the Truth Tour, the Truth Seekers Tour, or something like that, and either that or maybe it was at the David Strait convention. She took me to the David Strait. She took she took. I can't even talk about Gila. I can't do it. I hope Gila's not watching me embarrass myself. But Gila's just amazing. But yeah, she's taking me on car rides. It's kind of like let's take a guru on a car ride, and she took me on a car ride, and she bought me this T-shirt. It's all new to me. Our neighbor admitted to my house we made a big mistake voting. He still thinks, yeah. I mean, people are just I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I was listening to the X-22 report, and he was saying that we're coming into now they're about to reveal all the thing with the kids. They're so brainwashed. Yeah, it's sad and frustrating. Yeah. You said you can't walk and oh, I got you. I got you. You can't. Yeah. When you were apologizing, right? As long as she doesn't take me for a ride. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I can't. I can't. I'm not able to like. I can't broadcast and think about Gila at the same time. It's not. I'm not able to keep those two thoughts in my head. Um, yes, MSM. Yeah, people don't know, and they're not interested in knowing. And that's really the key point here is that they're very comfortable in their space, and they don't want anything to shake it up because Gila is married, yes, and not to me. So yeah, no, I cannot. That's why I'm not able to. I cannot really let myself go in that way. I don't know if my hair is growing too fast. But yeah, she's married. She's happily married, and it's it's just what it is. It's a beautiful thing. Um, I'm very grateful that she allows me to be her friend because in the Jewish community, it is sort of non-conventional to have a friend who's of the opposite sex, but we are friends, and we've tried to like stop being friends a few times, and it just we're like I think that God sent us here like to do the same, like we're supposed to support each other, and it's just like it just doesn't work out so well. We tried. I remember the first time we tried not to talk to each other. That lasted like 3 days. It was torture. um it's hard going for info on the kids. Yes, this is going to be a very difficult period, a very difficult thing here. It's hard. It's going to be hard info on children. YouTube has an ad with the children's uh has an ad with a child's. Yeah, I mean, you can't wake him up. I'm just a conspiracy. Yeah, I mean, my son is pretty much, he's been waiting for me to get over it, like, for all these years. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure someone's out there. I'm not worried. I mean, I've been divorced, how many times already? 3.5 times. So it's like, I know that, somebody's coming, and but it's just like, and I'm really not rushing it. I'm not, like, trying. I'm not flinging myself. I tried that. It just doesn't really work. So I'm just kind of, like, really enjoying being campy friends. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I just don't know. We're sort of, like, connected on the information streams, and it would be really hard for us not to communicate with each other. But yeah, you might be right. I don't know. I don't know where that's what Lori says, and she's probably right. But it's just, um, I don't know. It took me 5 years to find someone after my divorce. Right. I'm in no rush. Listen. I really enjoy being here by myself. It's going to be really hard. You're seeing the videos about, yes, it is. This is going to be very hard. I would say don't go there. I mean, I once you see something, it's very hard to unsee it. So I know there's certain things that I've seen in my life, like in movies, that I really regret seeing. Right. You want a soulmate. Yeah. He was funny. Yeah. Lots of empaths wear black clothes and don't know why. It's because black. Is that what it is? I don't even know why. Yeah, that's it. That's probably it. I just I feel really comfortable in my black tees. I don't know what it is. It doesn't make illogical sense at all. I mean, I have nice shirts. I put them on and I'm like, I can't wear this. So that's interesting that empaths wear them. Yeah, that could be through this awakening. So, Hadassah area, where are you, man? You're not. So should we venture into some intel? I mean, I don't know if you guys were here. There were a lot of people here for the for Shira. Shira Adler came onto our station at 6 o'clock with Gila, and like that. Gila and I, like, we see each other occasionally on broadcast. That's it. We don't. I don't. She doesn't visit me. I don't visit her. I mean, we don't. We don't. We just, we stay, but we're on the same ley lines. I will say that we were in, God wanted me on the same ley lines as Gila. So we share some kind of energy. Pope in the hospital, right? That is going to be a big deal. That's definitely a marker that the Pope is about to be eliminated, or he's probably already eliminated. But right, he's tall. He's probably Pleiadian. The Pleiadians are very tall. We already know about so many. Yeah, we really already know about all this, so it's not new for us. Yeah, it was a nice interview, wasn't it? It was very heartwarming. It was just. I saw Shira in a different light today. It was really beautiful. Who is Tanya talking about meeting? I'm not sure. You stopped wearing black, yeah. I just feel comfortable. I don't know what it is. I found you thanks to oh thanks to Instagram. Oh, cool. So we're making some connections. There, it says 13. There are 13 people on Instagram, but then it says that there are a couple hundred that get to see it. And I'm sorry, Maddie Curse joined, and Manny Deluz Chinit Ludagero. Hi guys. ZC Gar, Sarah Yaran, to be in your live video. Cool, man. So nice. So nice of you guys to come by. View request. Can I view request? Go live. I don't know. I don't really know you. I just, you want to go live in the video. See, it would be confusing because I'm really mostly on um Restream. I'm more on the YouTube channel. I'm just putting this, you're on my phone, so this is really the main platform. He was looking for you, Guru. Who was looking for me? Anyway, maybe shoot me an email and we can make contact. I want to share your videos on Facebook. Does anybody know if this would be fact checked? I don't. I don't know. I mean, I think it's okay. I think I am sharing on Facebook. I am on Facebook right now. I think you could add to it. Hey, Jill. Jill, I was trying. I need your email. I don't have your email. 'Cause I wanted to send you the things. I talked to them at B&H, and they sent me a list of things. I want you to check it out because I think your switcher is better than the switcher they wanted to give me, and your switcher looks cooler. But anyway, I wear very little black. I love navy blue. Yeah, I like navy blue. I really like blue better than black. I don't have that many. I have black and blue. That's all I have. T-shirts. You forgot your homework. Hadassah, you're okay? I mean, not doing Intel? I mean, come on. But for 17, that's huge. Yeah. Yeah, he's a tall kid. There's no question about it. Um, so we were having a discussion, and I want to bring this discussion over because I think it's important before we get into. We are in the info storm. This is the real storm. Everything is coming out at once. A divorce that many times have told me you cannot sustain a married life, probably because you don't provide to them. I am sorry, do. I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say, Marley Garcia. My soulmate is not here. How do you know? I look thinner in black. Okay. Late for class. All right. So, you have to sit in the back of the room. Warrior has been doing videos as hints to through his movie, The Matrix. Warrior. Are you talking about um, magic eyes only? The kids will hurt. Not sure I can take this. Yeah. So that's the part of the storm that we're in now, and it's going to be a difficult part. Yeah, I am funny. I know. I'm um, you'll share your videos on Truth Social. You can share them on Truth Social. I didn't know that. That's so cool. I didn't. I'm having trouble connecting with Truth Social because I thought I did connect, but not sure. A twin flame is your identical twin or the opposite sex living at the same time as you. Uh-huh. Okay, so I have to, yeah, I knew that was coming from Amazon. Slept through the morning class. You haven't got into Intel. Okay, so let's venture into some Intel here. Um, but I wanted to make this point. Okay, so we're in the info storm. We're in the part about the kids. I was listening to the X-22 report, and in terms of the overall narrative, this is the part of the operation where everyone unites. Now, do you think? Seriously, I know on our last meeting, everyone is like, saying the EBS, EBS, EBS. Would you be willing to drive it to Wisconsin to get some fresh? If we buy a 1974 Ford Granada Torino Sports from New York, drive it to Wisconsin to get some fresh cheese curds. Are they kosher, Chris? I mean, that's the question. Um, so anyway, so in terms of the narrative, just think about it. I mean, so we have these opposing forces. I'm just trying to look at the big picture. The economy is a ghost ship. It is beyond cards. It is a house of cards. It is there's nothing holding it up. I don't know what's holding, obviously it's being manipulated. The stock market is being manipulated. The gold price is being manipulated. The silver price is being manipulated. But you have 100 plus nations about to abandon the dollar. So everything, we're just hanging at the edge of the cliff. The train has already gone over the cliff. I mean, it's already gone. In V for Vendetta, he's already moved the domino. The dominoes are already moving. It's a done deal, man. It's happening now. So do you really think? I pray it's true about the EBS. I know everybody wants the EBS to go, but just think about it, man. And I also listen. I really want the EBS to happen too. I really, really do. But think about it, man. These guys are not in a rush. They've been planning this, like Gila said, since 1963, and probably before that, probably for hundreds of years before that. You mean derailed? Yeah. Um, Darth Vader, blues singer. Yeah, EBS, right. The EBS blues, yeah. The I mean, can we talk about this, guys? I mean, let's be real. Do you think? And listen, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I'm just saying, let's be reasonable here. Do you think the White Hats, who have been planning this since at least 1963, probably hundreds of years before that, do you really think that at this juncture they're just going to say, "Okay, game's over. Let's just have the EBS. Let's all go home, sit in our houses. We'll declare martial law"? Do you really? I mean, does that make sense? Here they are. They're slowly moving out. They're waking up the people. Now they're going to show the thing with the kids. I'm just saying. Here. I'm looking at the camera again. That do you really, I know we want the EBS to happen, and I hope, like I said, I hope it does happen. I hope this is imminent. I hope we're just about to get there. But just the way the plan has been running for the last couple of years, it's like okay, it's D5. I remember that was like, what was that, 2019? D5, and they were giving letters to Bush, at the funeral of his, I mean, to BO and all those people that were getting the golden cards that said the gig is up, and it was like D5, and it's like, okay, let's rock, man. That was 4 years ago. 4 years ago, it was like, okay, let's rock, man. Arrest him, put him in jail, and let's all go home. Let's all sing Kumbaya and have some fun. It didn't happen that way. Do you really think? I mean, and again, like I said, I hope I'm wrong, but think about it. Did we come this way to just say, okay, like it's like taking the Monopoly board, like at the end of the game, and just throwing it up in the air. Okay, EBS, everybody go home into your houses. The military's in charge now. Do you really think they're going to play it out like that? I don't. I don't see it. I'm still saying, remember the 5th of November, because people have to wake up. This has to come from us, or else it'll happen again. If God comes down and says, okay, man, let's save the peeps, pull them out of Egypt, they can all go to Mount Sinai now, get the Torah, and be done with it, go into the promised land. I mean, God could have brought us into the promised land 3,000 years ago. Moses said, I want to go, man, I'm ready. God said, no, it's not time, Moses. Why was it not time for Moses to go into the promised land? It wasn't because Moses wasn't ready. Moses was ready. Moses is ready. Moses is totally there with God. He spent 40 to 80 days with God, man. You think he wasn't ready to go into the promised land? God said, oh no, you hit the rock. You hit the rock, Moses, and you're disqualified. It's like a referee with a little whistle. You're out. That's it. Put him in quarantine, whatever. Moses, no good. Really? You really think that? Moses was like, I'm ready, man. Let's go. Let's go into the promised land. They could have had the Geula 3,000 years ago. They could have come into the promised land 3,000 years ago. Were the people ready? Yeah. I mean, they thought they were ready. I mean, I think they were ready. I know Moses was ready. He was ready to go, man. God said, no, man, it's not time. It's not time to come to the promised land. This is the time. We are coming into the promised land. But from my point of view, and like I said, I hope I'm wrong, it cannot happen on Passover because Passover represents Lamata, I'm sorry, Lamaila Lamata, meaning God said, I'm not sending an angel to do this job, man. I'm coming myself. I'm going to deal with this. You put a little blood on your doorpost, so but I'm going to kill all the firstborn in every other house. I'm going to do it myself. That's what God said. I'm doing it myself this time, man. I'm not trusting an angel, man. None of those guys, those dudes, those like guys with the wings. I'm going to do it myself this time, man. It was like I'm doing the job. He saved the people. He brought them out of Egypt. They were slaves, man. They didn't know which end was up. They were all confused, just like us. But were they ready to come into the promised land? No. They had to spend 40 years in the desert. And then when they went in, they weren't able to keep it. They got chucked out again, man. They got thrown off the land. They got, so we have been evolving for thousands of years, probably tens of thousands, probably hundreds of thousands. I mean, I'm not going along. I don't even want to go there. With this branch of the story is 6,000 years old. Could be, I don't know, but now they have more help in shove toothpaste in the back of the tube. Yeah. Um, Anyway, I just, I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. I'm just gonna say that it's my personal opinion, and like I said, I hope I'm wrong, that we need to that the play has to finish, that the info storm has to reach its full crescendo. The people have to see that this was, the kids were involved, and that will unite humanity. Now, will humanity be united in a matter of 2 days? It could happen. Today is what the Today is March 29th, 30th. Is there a 31st in March? No. Wait, today's Wednesday. It'll be the 30th tomorrow, 31st. Yeah, there's a 30. I think there is a 31st in March. Yeah. So you guys can tell me if I'm wrong. Groundhog Day over. Let's turn high vibes. That I understand. Gila, you're not mad at me? It could happen in 3 days. The peeps could wake up, they said, "Oh my gosh, they're hurting kids. That's it." That they suddenly they just the people in the world just they see it and everyone wakes up. It just like, "Oh my gosh, the deep state is hurting children. We can't have it." And everybody wakes up. 31st is Friday, right? You're mad at me. I know, Gila. I know, Gila. And I wore your shirt too, I don't know if you were here, but I can't think about you and broadcast at the same time. I'm like, I have like, I have this thing about you, Gila, and and we already discussed I told everyone Gila's married, she's happily married, there's no problems, we're just friends, but we're friends, and and I really, I value the friendship, and I don't want Gila to be mad at me. Um, they'll never get there on their own. At this point, you think it could be. You could be right. You could be right. Listen, I don't know the minds of the white hats, but it just seems to me like I'm funny, yeah. I know. It just seems to me like 8-hour movies to wake people up. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, I just have this feeling that it can't happen on Passover. It has to happen in Tishrei. It has to happen over, that time of the year, because that time of the year represents Lamata Lamaila. It represents people doing, tshuva, coming into Elul, getting back to godliness, and then, walking into the promised land, the new year. You can have a different view. And like I said, I hope I'm wrong. I mean, please God, I should be wrong. I would love for Gula Shlema. I would love to be walking to the promised land on Saturday. Saturday, right? The EBS fires up. I'm sitting here looking out the window on Shabbos, enjoying, the delicious treats that I make for myself on Shabbos, mostly garlic and soy sauce and ginger with a little onion mixed in, and I don't have to worry that anyone's going to be offended by my breath, because there's nobody else here, unless I go on the beach, and people are really, no one's like that close to me on the beach. It's winter now, but I don't know, Gil, I totally, yeah, I listen. I Like I said, I hope I'm wrong, and I don't want to get into this like too labor, but it seems to me that this has to play out to some extent. The people have to have a chance to wake up, and maybe you're right. Maybe they won't. And anyway, okay. So let's just forget the whole thing. Forget I even said it. All right, just that's what I went to hear the Dalai Lama. It turns out is deep state now, but years ago I went to a little town in Tennessee. No, it was in Kentucky, Berea, Kentucky. I went to Berea, Kentucky, to some little college there to hear the Dalai Lama speak. And that was before I was religious. And he gave this beautiful speech, and he was so beautiful. And then he said at the end, if you like what I said, that's great. If you don't like what I said, that's great too. It's okay. You just forget. He said, just forget about it. So just forget about the fact that I think it has to happen on the 5th of. Just forget about it, okay, Gila. We can still be friends. I told people. I confess that we've tried to break up a few. We've tried to stop being friends, and one of our family members said that. New Year, Swami. One of the people on the channel said that men and women cannot be friends, but we whatever. Anyway, I'm not going there. We're not all Jewish, so you believe it's about your situation, but we're here too. Just saying. Yeah, but you know what? Who doesn't celebrate at this time of year? You got Easter, you got Ramadan. Everybody, this is a time of God appearing. I mean, the Christian religion, they have this Last Supper. This is all about JC becoming, going through this thing. Everyone's anyway. Let's just forget it. Let's just forget everything I just said. All right, let's go. Let's do some intel, man. I got to get out of here. All right, here. Let's do intel. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, let's just forget about it. Let's move on. And yeah, this is a really great thing. I think I want to do this first. Okay, I'm going to just read this clip from that Gila sent me from Hananya Weissman. And I also want to send out kudos to Hananya. I want to say that, man, if we ever meet up, let's have coffee, man. All right. So anyway, some people have asked for my take on all the brouhaha in Israel about judicial reform, civil war, etc. I wonder how many more times your pretended leaders and their stooges in the media, all of whom lied to you and betrayed you over and over again, will be able to push the same buttons and get hordes of useful idiots rallying behind them to fight their friends and neighbors. Did you learn nothing the last 3 years about the pretend leaders and controlled media? Why do you think this time the narrative they are weaving is really going on? Why do you think it matters? In other words, he's saying, like, when are you guys going to wake up? I mean, in terms of Israel, I mean, it's just beyond belief to me, because I'm a Balashuv. I was not riding this train, man, until about 25 years ago, 30 years ago. I became religious, and one of the reasons I became religious is because, like, I checked out all these religions, and it was like, this one really fits. I really like, these people are really smart. They really have it together. And then in 2020, they all said, let's all just jump on the sword, man. Let's all, the rabbis say it's a great thing. Let's just, kumbaya, man. Everybody's cool. And I was like, what? I was like, Hananya, I was like, are these people sleep? Are they brain dead? These are the smartest people in the world that I thought. And they're letting themselves. I mean, it's one thing for the anyway, I don't want to even really go there deeply on this one, but the people who were mainstream liberal types, I can understand it. But I had friends in the severely orthodox community that jumped on this bandwagon too. And I had a young friend who was barely 30, and his rabbi told him, it's a great thing, man, get some more, do it again. And he passed over, like, very, and it was like, and nobody connected it. It's just like, oh yeah, he just got a stroke at 30, just randomly. It just happened out of nowhere. Nothing, just, maybe it was in his family. I mean, really, you know, anyway, Hananya, man, kudos to you. I don't know if I don't know if you listen to me, but if you do, man, shoot me an email, and man, let's cry on each other's shoulder. I mean, I like the way you put it. I wish I was more, you're more secure than I am. Maybe I'm just like, I don't want to tell people that they're idiots, but whatever. Okay. But some of my friends, well, as Jew, his wife was a friend, but he was two. It was never anything but immoral or off color, but there was respect. We would go Dutch and take out. Okay, so yeah, so you see that, Gila? We could go Dutch and it's totally kosher. Where do you get the EBS date and confirmation? Is it from God? I do not. I do not get any dates. I'm not getting anything from God. I don't really understand. In a way, I'm like the last person to ask about what God wants, because I I don't know how to I don't know how to separate myself in order to, like, I'm having a hard time thinking of God as something else. So I'm not really like, to like, it would have to be like God said this. I was like, you know, I don't know. I can't describe what this is, but I mean, I respect Gila's on a higher level, and she has like this, like, she has a relationship with God. I don't. I just don't feel like separated from God. I just feel like it's just one thing, and I'm, whatever. Okay, so Mio, hey mate, Mio, I'm stumbling all over myself today. Oh, where's Mio? Yeah, well, Mio might be sleeping. I mean, she lives in like Denmark. I mean, she's a zillion miles away. It's probably 4 in the morning over there or something. So you figure the Vatican is just corrupt, has nothing to do with Catholics, just curious. Okay, that's definitely out of my range. Okay, so let's okay, so let me go to some more serious info. Let's go back to the white hat lady. I call her a lady because there's a picture of a lady with a white hat. I think it's a lady. Let's see if she has any new stuff. Right, this is the same thing we read before. And I think it bears repeating. What is happening now has never happened before in human history. We are witnessing the first ever world revolution. The riots in France, the US military disobedience of JB, the unification of the Muslim people, the collapse of the Chris Swiss credit, and many other things around the world are all interconnected signs of this. It's all part of the overflow of the hidden ruling class that has presided over the planet for thousands, if not tens of thousands of years. The final result will be both mind boggling and liberating for humanity and Earth life in general. Meaning, even the dogs will go free. Let my doggy go. Right? Okay. In the Middle East, right, various examples, including Egypt, Turkey, Iran, and Saudi Arabia, have decided to stop handing over their oil to the bad guys, to the 13 bloodline families in exchange for numbers on bank computers. The same is happening with China and other Asian countries. They're now demanding real payment. Imagine that. In Africa, a large group of countries has asked for Russian help to stop the 13 bloodline families from stealing their stuff. This alliance between the global South, the global East, and the global Western White Hats is leading to an implosion of the Western financial system and regime change in a variety of countries. The collapse of the Swiss credit is a reflection of this. Notice that none of the so-called mainstream news articles about Credit Suisse talk about the real reason why it is collapsing and why takeover by the UBS and a Swiss government bailout will fail. There will be no doubt it will fail and bring down with it the Federal Reserve Board, the BIS, the IMF, the World Bank, the UN, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this is happening. It's definitely happening. The question is the time frame. I'm not disagreeing that the EBS is imminent. It is imminent, meaning it's going to happen soon. That could be tomorrow. It could be the next day. It could be November 5th. Just saying, okay? That's soon in terms of the history of this conflict. We're talking tens of thousands of years. What's a couple of months? No offense. And like I said, I pray even that I'm wrong. And the EBS can come on April 1st. I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem. But it seems to me that this whole colossal narrative structure, wake up humanity story, that they're not going to just like, you know what, guys, you know what, like the little white hats, the white hats are going to be sitting around the coffee table, the 10 people in control of the fate of humanity. And they're going to say, man, we're close enough. We did enough work. Let's just have the EBS and just have the military take over now. We're close enough, You really think they're gonna I don't know. Maybe they will. Maybe we are close enough. Maybe 107 says you just need 80% of the people. Maybe they have that. And maybe it's time for the EBS. So I don't get anything from God. I don't know. I know nothing about dates. I am not a prophet. I'm lucky if I can figure out to put on, like in the morning, I'm like, well, should I put on my sweatpants or should I put on real pants? I mean, these are the kind of things that I'm like able to, with great deliberation, I can figure out. In terms of like when the EBS is going to happen, that's to smarter people like our friend JQ. He says it's happening April 1st, and he probably has better connections than me. I'm not so sure. Anyway. And like I said, I hope I'm wrong. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so that's that intel. Now let's go to did I lose a lot of people? No, we still have about 400 people. This is like standard for us. Thank you, Gila. Thank you. Yes, I enjoyed it too. It's always fun. It is always fun. It's always a pleasure to see you, and in a SNEAS way. Okay. Never underestimate the power of stupid people in large groups. That's a meme. Oh, that's a funny one. Okay. According to the Fox News poll, Mr. T's lead grows in the GOP primary race, now over 50%. Here's a lot of intel. Hadassah Ariel, you're going to be very proud of me tonight. 11.3, January 20th, 1 year anniversary of the JB administration. The military told you about a transition of military power in January 2020. 1 year had to pass for the end of occupation. Take this as a warning. Okay, so wasn't everyone ready? I was telling all my friends in Shul, the inauguration, it ain't going to happen, man. Don't worry. The White Hats are going to swoop in, take control. And then a year later, don't worry. It's all good. Okay, so the 11.4 in the Law of War Manual. These, oh, by the way, if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, please ask, and the peeps will tell you. Everyone here on over here knows what I'm talking about. So if you're new to the channel or if you're confused, you know, the EBS means Emergency Broadcasting System, and it's actually now called the Emergency Alert System. It's actually the EAS. But anyway, that's another thing. So 11.3, that is part of the Law of War Manual. There's a Law of War Manual, and everything has to be done according to the Law of War Manual. We cannot just say, okay, you know what, I'm really tired of these guys. Let's just kick them out of power and take all their stuff. The White Hats are not going to operate like that. They're not going to operate the way the other side would. You know, they don't think anything about having all the people, all the lefties in Israel coming out and burning things on the street to make a point. You know, they don't mind it, because to them it's all it's a big, you know, the ends justify the means. Okay, one of his friends, but he was never anything that was immoral or off color, but there was respect. Oh, so you could be friends with a Jewish guy, right? Yeah, I mean, it's not really kosher. Okay, I got to plug in. It's not in the strict sense of the word kosher, but Gil and I are colleagues. We share. We're really involved in this fight, and we don't really have anybody else in the community that understands things on this level. So anyway, okay, everything good? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm hearing are you guys hearing that? It's probably just me. My thing is not functioning correctly. I just put a new battery in too. Are you hearing something? Are you hearing the I'm hearing a strange pattern in the sound, but right, we're kind of like connected. I'm sorry. I just have to. Okay, that's better. I think as my hearing aid is dying. It's not idiocy, it's gullibility. Okay, Swami Mommy could be. Okay, anyway, so let's go to this intel. Another M class has just kicked in. This is, I think, the Schulman resonance. Our sun has returned to the activity we had in January, February, and the first week of March. According to Fox News, okay, we did that already. And we did this. Okay, I was in the middle of this and I lost it. 11.3, that's from the Law of War Manual. January 20th, right. So take this as a warning. It took a year, had to pass for the end of occupation. 11.4 is activation of the military. 11.4 is a cyber shutdown of the planet Earth for disclosure and further arrest. 11.4 is the end of Corona. of the medical thing. Just so happens 10 days later, after January 20th, Delta says Apache. Apache is log4j, shutdown of internet, Article 5, NATO cyber. 11.5, justice, bombings, fireworks, EBS, aka effective advance warning or emergency broadcast system, or EMS as it is in Q drops. 5.11 in the Law of War Manual is why they used 5 to 11-year-olds as code. 11.6 is Mr. T's rulership is made public. So 0 day, mass cyber attack to shut down everything before D-class. 11.4 could be 11.22, the day before Supreme Court. Tomorrow's Delta talks about a reminder, unclassified setting, monitored and analyzed in real time. Then second drop on 0 day, countermeasures in place. Example, think emergency alert system. Think White House controlled new RT News website. Think White House controlled new video stream platform. Think here. Okay, this is pretty exciting because it's coming up. Should this occur, immediate steps will be taken to classify such as public utility, essential public services, to gain appropriate government regulation control. Why do we make things public? Okay, let's see what just came out. It's really coming out. Now the Lord is that Spirit, and where the Spirit on the Lord, there is liberty. 10 trillion sent back to the USA from several countries. Comms, 10 trillion sent back to the USA from several countries at once that will no longer accept the US dollar. Buckle up. Okay, it's going to be biblical. So they're saying it's happening. Comms, 10 trillion sent back to the US. Okay, so this is an ongoing situation. Large filament eruption and CME, March 29th, 2023. So that's today, right? Yeah. President T has said April Fool's numerous times. I personally am not one for posting dates about anything, but I found this kind of interesting. First 17 drop Saturday, October 28th, 2017, to and including Saturday, April 1st, is 5 years, 5 months, 5 days. So a lot of people are saying it's going to happen April 1st. If you're not concerned about AI safety, you should be. Vastly more risky than North Korea. Elon Musk, 2017. It's going to be biblical. So it could be, they're saying there's a lot of evidence that it's about to happen. I just know that we've been in this situation before. See the medical narrative date, election day +1, prepare for 0 day massive cyber attacks, 11.4. Could it be happening right now? Yeah. On 11.4, this was July 17th. Just in. U.S. Senate votes 68 to 23 to end the national emergency about the medical thing. That's been in place since 2022. So that just came to an end. They ended the medical emergency today. So They were talking about 3.14. They're talking about pi, right? That everything is completed when this ends. This is a completion. This is how many years since 2020? So it's end of 3 years. The C19 narrative: kill date, election day +1, prepare for 0-day massive cyber attacks on 11.4. DuPage Credit Union upgrading to digital banking platform on April 4th. ISO 2022, let's do it. Breaking: U.S. Senate votes to end national emergency. Okay, that's a big deal. Pathways Financial Credit Union digital banking platform goes live on April 3rd. The United States is currently occupying a larger portion of Syria than Russia is of Ukraine. If you know, you know. There's a picture of the presidential seal, and there's a key to the White House. How do you know FCD1 is being applied and upheld? FCD1 issued 3 days before Mr. T took office. Former President DT appeals order rejecting his executive privilege challenging the three-letter agency. On March 29th, 2023, appeals order rejecting his executive privilege challenge. So, boom. I will prevent World War III. Okay. They're talking about slave auctions in Libya, the increase of trafficking of human in Libya after Gaddafi was taken out. Hillary laughing about Libya. POTUS statement and focused tweet on the UK should scare a lot of people. It signifies something very, very, very important. Nothing to see here. Logical thinking. Biggest cover-up in US history attempted. And they're talking about the Manhattan grand jury will break because they don't have anything on Mr. T. Pope Francis will remain in the hospital due to breathing difficulties for at least the next few days. So this is a big marker. Russian pilots and tank crews conducted training exercises in Armenia. The press service of the Southern Military District reported that the crews of MiG-29 aircraft practiced modern air combat maneuvers during their training fights. Meanwhile, the tank crews for the Southern Military District provided fire support for motorized rifle units in the high-altitude training ground. Israeli Foreign Minister Eli Cohen made several anti-Iranian statements after meeting with Azerbaijani Foreign Minister. Cohen noted that Israel and Azerbaijan share a similar view of the threats posed by Iran. According to him, The Iranian regime endangers the region, tourism and finances, and destabilizes the Middle East as a whole. Cohen emphasized the need for joint efforts to prevent Iran from acquiring nuclear capabilities. I mean, does anybody believe this BS anymore? Really, Eli Cohen, you should be, I mean, really, I'm not gonna comment on this, but this goes with my friend Hananya. That Hananya said, "Are we still buying the same old story that it's about Iran and not about the DS?" Oh, come on now. Oh, come on now, man. Eli, really, man? Eli Cohen, man. You're like, you're probably a brother from another mother. I mean, really? Did you go to Gilligan's Island? Maybe. I mean, what's up with that, man? I mean, these guys are like, Elon Musk liked this tweet that said, China, Brazil strike deal to ditch dollar for trade. So it could be, I mean, everything here is saying that it's about to go down. Still at these official red check and blue check, the social media people with thousands of followers who don't know from Shinola about law and order. Our three branches of government are in a clear COG, and Mr. T is a wartime president with direct military order in Executive Order 13912, military law, civil laws. That's definitely the short gist, but even something that simple, people look at you like you're crazy. It's a sad day in America that Americans still feed from drama and BS propaganda and refuse to read law and orders. The T administration gives $35 million to traffic survivors in 2020. Elon Musk pulls an emergency brake on AI, admits risk to the future of humanity. Did you see how diabolical this traffic situation is? Now imagine these little ones being sent off to underground places like the Playboy. Okay, I mean, I don't even want to think about it. The Eagle has landed. Two men walk on the moon. On July 21st, 1969, Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon while he spoke his legendary words, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. The same day this photo was in the newspaper, a quick reminder. It was a 3-day flight back, and photos had to be developed during that time because they didn't go. Right? Okay, we probably know that. Expand your thinking. Let's see if I can read this. Expand your thinking. Okay, May 21st, 2020. So it's 555. I promise not to do this to Greenland. Okay, this is about the Constitution and the thing that was placed in its place in 1871. Okay, I'm going to post. There's a kind of controversial thing. I'm going to post this on the Intel channel on my Intel channel, Kabbalah Guru. Well, I guess I'm not Kabbalah Guru anymore since I lost my channel. I'm not sure. The end of cash is near. They're trying to go all digital and then bring in the central bank digital currency to be programmable so they control how you spend your money. Eventually, they will be able to make your CBDC money expire or disallow certain products. I really don't believe this is going to happen. Nationwide protests in Israel, cyber attacks Central Time. Okay, what's this saying? Let me just get this. Zero views. Cyber attacks. All right, so hey guys on Instagram, I think that's really, I mean, I'm just saying there's a lot of evidence that shows it could be happening. This chart shows the frequency coming onto Earth as sensitive. It's impossible to pretend that it's okay. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Mordechai. One nation under God. China and Brazil just closed deal. Oh, Friday. Well, let me go to the end of this. What happens when people stop protesting in capitals and start marching on the elite's house? Good question. I need a We the People t-shirt, right? I've prepped nothing. You'll be okay, Kate. Be a kid again. Yes, indeed. Toned. Yeah, man. I work out. I work out. Listen, I made a conscious decision in 2020 or thereabouts, maybe before, that I was going to become a totally different person than what I felt was like the loser consciousness I had then. And it meant I wanted a new body. I wanted new everything. I wanted a new attitude. I wanted to be prosperous. I made a conscious decision. No, that's I don't go with it. I don't buy that, Mordecai. We're brothers and sisters here. It's not the days of us being separated from other peoples is over. It's over. It's listen that they're doing it in Israel, and you heard what Hananya said. He said it's a joke. We don't have a beef. Jews do not have a beef with non-Jews. That is just cabal. That's not cabal. That's the 13 bloodline families. That's so they made up these stories so that we wouldn't be friends. You guys want to hear some tunes, or should we call it a night? Well, if it's possible, just end it like that. I don't, Mordechai. I don't buy it, man. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. It's just not. It's just not. It just doesn't. It's not true. It's just not true. You have to look into your own heart and see what is it that you don't like about yourself, or blues, right? Tunes, yeah. Let's play some tunes, man. All right. Yeah, my hearing aid is seems like it's on its last legs. got here? Alrighty. Should I change? I have this line the 5th of November. Maybe I should make it the 1st of April. You guys, you want it to happen on the 1st? Yeah. Nice, man. Yeah, people drop off. Yeah, they don't want to hear. You mean dropping off? I just don't get it. Yeah. April 1st. It was April 1st. On the 5th of November, dust by my side, past dry gully through the ring of fire. Could see for miles, left the eagles behind, purple, green, cold metal grind. The winds of Jericho, the winds of Jericho. A faceless maiden called out to me, left a silver slipper and a cup of hot tea. She said, never ride in the open to a prophet's grave. Better fill your basket with sky and wave. The winds of Jericho, the winds of Jericho. Wake up time, my sleepy ones. Open your eyes to the rising morn. Climb to her window, but don't touch her bed. The promised land is straight ahead. The promised land is straight ahead. The promised land straight ahead. The winds of Jericho, winds of Jericho. SRA, satanic ritual abuse, found tunnels under Manhattan. Okay, I'm not going to go into that, but all this info is coming out now. Ripple effect, the ripple effect, common sense XRP. Yeah, a lot's going on. I don't know, man. I mean, it feels very serious now. I don't know if I'm a very good musician. I'm kind of like a songwriter. Like, I'm not really polished. I'm not really as polished as I might be. But yeah, I try. Kitchen shelves are fully stocked I got bottled water under my cot. Oh Lord, I got April Fool's blues. Oh, Dr. Fauci, he got that ouchie. Jelaine and Jeffrey, you know, they weren't no slouchies. Oh Lord, I got the EBS blues. Waiting for those 10 days of darkness. I'm waiting for the first arrest. Can somebody tell me, why is that general wearing a dress? Day after day, night after night, not a single black swan in sight. Oh Lord, I got the EBS blues. Day after day, night after night, not even one black swan is in sight. Oh Lord, I got the EBS blues. And while I was doing this, there was some more stuff coming out here. The intel is just pouring out here. Let me just see if anything I can just quickly. Wow, a couple of things came out. It says any cyber attack will be an inside job to usher in the new system they'll control. Problem, reaction, solution, XRP. Okay. This is Zero Views. I don't know what that is. It looks like a tsunami, maybe. Also tweeted sudden death of JB. Could be a sudden death experience event of the resident. Just in Association of Southeast Asian Nations considers dropping the US dollar, euro, yen, and British pound for local currency financial settlements. And then there were some serious planes up. 1776 joined the revolution. Without the pen of the author of Common Sense, the sword of Washington would have been raised in vain. The Common Sense was written by Thomas Paine, one of my heroes when I was young. I wrote some papers about him. I really like Common Paine. He also from what I remember, he started a Nirvana kind of colony. Like he wanted to start a utopian society, a little community, I believe. Shall we try something else? Let's try. Snakes in the garden messed with our Mother Eve. We crossed the splitting sea, but we were never free. This is the Great Awakening. Welcome to the Great Awakening. Twin towers, stacks of gold, all the lives they stole. The little ones disappeared. We ran to work in fear. This is the Great Awakening. Welcome to the Great Awakening. All along the countryside, people sat and cried. How much longer can it be? The Great Awakening. The Great Awakening. The Great Awakening. The Great Awakening. I went down to the ocean to have myself a look around. I never thought I'd find that kind of peace of mind. This is the Great Awakening. Welcome to the Great Awakening. Welcome to the Great Awakening. Intel is just pouring out. Let's see what this latest thing is. Latest Fox News poll shows no one in these polls, unless fake, are voting in low percentages. These people are paid for numbers. You see how this complex web of lies operates. So they're saying that even the polls, the Fox News poll has been released, and it's bad news for Ron DeSanctimonious and his rhino globalist donors, probably because of his terrible votes against Social Security and Medicare, and also, of course, because people love the job I did as president of the United States. We are number one in every category, respected all over the world. And now our country is going down the tubes. We are a failing nation. It shows Mr. T getting 54 and Ron getting 24. Oh, that's now. Whereas before it was 43-28. I surrender in the courtyard, I surrender on the street. I surrender my ambition, I surrender to the thief. Sweet surrender, sweet, sweet surrender. And I surrender to our new love on any road it takes. The garden is so beautiful, the apples taste so sweet. Sweet surrender, sweet, sweet surrender. We all need to come together. We all need to come together. We all need to come together round the language of the heart. It's as easy as fishing. Don't you know you're a magician? We all need to come together. We all need to come together. We all need to come together round the language of the heart. Love is a river, fear is a stone that I skip across the water on my gentle journey home. Sweet journey home. Sweet journey home. We all need to come together. We all need to come together. We all need to come together round the language of the heart. It's as easy as fishing. Don't you know you're a magician? We all need to come together. We all need to come together. We all need to come together round the language of the heart. Thank you guys for putting up with me, and remember to take the battery out so it doesn't decharge. The intel just keeps coming up. I mean, it's Dave Chappelle, fake polls. Anyway, in conclusion, do your homework. In conclusion, I just want to say that let's hope you guys are right. Thanks, Mordecai. Appreciate it, man. I hope you didn't take my criticism in the wrong way. I just, the deep state wants to separate us and keep us apart. It wants us to make us Christians and Jews and black and white and all that nonsense. Even in Israel, they want everybody to fight each other. They want the Iranians to fight the Israeli, think that we really have a beef. This is all just baloney. It's just made up by people who've been controlling us. They control us by telling us, these guys are bad and they hate you and they're trying to kill your kids and all this other nonsense. But really, it's just like you starve someone to death and you give them a bunch of money to do something outrageous. He's going to do it. So, and the libs, they don't want to give up their power. They went to the big universities. They get the big money. They get the, the cushy jobs. They're and they don't want to stop watching CNN. They don't want to leave that reality because that's safety to them. That's comfort and home. But anyway, we're moving fast. So God bless you guys, and we'll catch you in the morning, right? Hopefully, God willing. It's already Thursday, man. This week is kind of flown by, and we're coming into Passover soon, April 5th. We're leaving slavery. We're leaving the matrix. We're leaving the narrow place. We're leaving the place of constriction, the place of constriction in the birth canal, right? We're being squeezed right now, but soon we'll be free. Our heads will start, hopefully our heads, my butt came first, but in our case, our heads will come out first, and we'll greet this new age, the new awakening, the great awakening, the era of Mashiach, the era where we will all be friends and we will all have just the best time ever, and we won't worry about money, and all is good, man. So sorry about my voice. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow, okay? Everything is good. No worries. All right. God bless.